Well, hey, TV production. It's been a long time. How are you? I I'm obviously not back today, and I'll explain that in just a minute, but I wanted to make this screencast so that I can talk to you since I'm not in school and kind of catch up on a few things and get us prepped for being back, okay? So, let's start. Throughout the course of this video, there will also be some pauses and breaks in between so that you can answer a few questions, okay? This will count as an assignment, so this way you get, the information part of the lesson and then just like a brief assessment of what you got from it, okay? All right. So, well, one, I'm absent because we have to attend a funeral for my husband's grandmother. My kids got to have an amazing experience of you know meeting and knowing their great grandmother, and she lived to be 99 years old. So we should be so lucky. I think the tail end of her life was maybe not so positive, but I am I am happy that they were able to know her. And so today's the funeral, and I'll be back after that. I'm also scheduled for my COVID vaccination. And so I hope to give you an update on that when I return to let you know how that went. Okay. So this break, besides the loss of his grandma, has been amazing. I have to say, being able to catch up on some personal time and of just, I forgot what it was like to take a nap. Like I've taken several naps, reading because I'm reading a biography on Elton John, and it's really good. Watching shows with my daughter on Disney Plus. We watched a cool series about a ballet school in New York City and how it led up right until the beginning of COVID. So it was true to time. It was pretty fascinating. I'm trying to think what else. Just I did a wellness day where I did like a virtual yoga session, meditation, and healthy cuisine, like where we prepared 3 different recipes. So I'm feeling really good about things. Although my family and I decided not to gather for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or even New Year's, we were fine doing things here, playing games and just enjoying being off of a computer. So I have to say, it's been very refreshing. And I'd love to know what you all have done for yourselves to kind of, recharge and just have a new energy for 2021, which is so nice to say. All right. I would like to talk about what we're going to be doing now that we're back. And also, please make sure that you take a look at the seating chart. The seating charts are very, very important. They had to be done, especially for days when I'm not here, so that a substitute will understand where you are supposed to be sitting. So please make sure that you are in the right seat. If you are not today in the correct seat, please make sure that you are going forward, okay? Even look for your name on that chart, even if you're not present in school at the moment, but when you will be, I was able to put some names in. I'm sure the rest will trickle in as we get closer and closer to the end of the school year. But for now, that's what it is for the people who are supposed to be coming in. All right. Let's see. I was assessing 2 assignments for our class. One being the December 22nd Key TV. I'm glad we got a lot of views on it, a lot of positive feedback. Your feedback was amazing, so thank you for that. I do want to uh, let you know that I appreciate that you're being more detailed with your responses in terms of mentioning which segments worked and what you liked personally and maybe what doesn't always work for you. I understand some people have trouble with interviews and keeping their attention, but you have to understand those interviews are completely essential to our community and the school district. And the 2 teachers, especially, who deserve the recognition, their interviews were much longer than that. And even editing them down, I felt bad about taking away their spotlight, if you will. Also, the anchors, if you thought my intro for the beginning of the show was a little long, I I don't know how else to segue into this show. Certain things need to be discussed and explained, and also we try to have a little fun with it so that it's not a very predictable format for our show. Even though I try to keep a format, I also like to mix things up a little bit. So that's my review. And speaking of reviews, you also had an assignment graded where you had to watch a Christmas film of your own, and then following the 9 steps that you took notes on from that YouTube link I sent out. I also attached a format which most of you followed, and I was really happy with that. And I said that I wasn't going to be too harsh on the grading, so a lot of you scored high, being this is your first time. For those of you who scored a little low, there are just some things that you need to do less of, which is less summarizing of the film and moving more into some cinematic techniques of writing a film review. So we can go over those more. Keep that in mind, okay? Please also keep in mind, which is the most important thing, that if you are plagiarizing, it's noticeable. Okay. And so I had to address a few students who literally took a professional's critique or a review on a film that I think could have easily been from your own words. If for some reason you're having trouble with any part of the assignments, I think you will know that I'm readily available for that kind of assistance. So basically, if you plagiarize, it's a 0 and it's not negotiable. Okay. You pretty much tried to say what you thought about a film, but they weren't in your words. I don't think so. All right. So let's look forward to doing these assignments the right way and in a way that makes you understand film and the study of it in a very unique way. Okay. Let's see what else. We're going to be looking at, so I get a little overwhelmed when looking for films to study because this is somewhat new to me in a more specific way. And so it's a combination of films that I've researched on multiple platforms in terms of what are the most recognized films in Hollywood, according to many different websites and YouTube videos and lists, according to, film reviews and critics around the world, around the country. So I got a lot of the same ones that kept coming up. And from that, then I had to create a list. And then I had to redo the list because I have to have these things approved by Mr. Waters. So I can't just go and show Joker. I tried, guys. It's a very sensitive, very deep film. And of course, there's a strong message in it that might not be able to. Anyway, I understand why. I get it. If you ever get a chance to watch it on your own, you'd like to talk about it, that's great. But even films like The Godfather, it's 3 hours long. I can't do it. A lot of films, that I've taken in consideration by reading your KTV assessments, I can't show everything, and it's hard. It was hard. So I'm going to share with you my list for January. We're going to watch 4 films this month, okay? And we're going to be doing 4 different film studies and reviews. And then there'll be one film per month for the rest of the year. Okay. So the 4 films for January are Citizen Kane, which is what we're going to start with tomorrow, Psycho, the original Alfred Hitchcock, Singin' in the Rain, which is a musical, but it's also there's another reason why I chose it, and I'll explain to you later. And number 4, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So I tried to get something that involves mystery, musical genre, you know, comedy, and also accessibility to these films too. There's such a variety of ways I have to show you, and HBO Max is one, DVDs are another, Netflix is another, and a lot of people helped me gather these films in different ways so that I can show them to you. So I'm excited. February, we're going to move into a love story genre with Ghost. March is Women's History Month, and so we'll be working with a woman director about women, and that's A League of Their Own. And I will also add in Hidden Figures, which is about women in NASA, and also the fact that I wanted to cover women of color as well. So I couldn't get it all in for February, but March is a longer month, and so I think we had more time to get that in. April will be an 80s nostalgia film, E.T., The Extraterrestrial. May is our one mobster movie, our big rated R film, and that will be A Bronx Tale. And finally, June, a little summer fun with Jaws. So there's a lot that I'm looking forward to, of course, with you all. And I hope that you'll be patient with me in this journey, if you will. We are starting with Citizen Kane tomorrow, and I got to go right away. It's going to take 4 days to watch this film. And so I will need to start right away. Each day, well, not each day, but I think twice this week, you'll have to fill out a Google form and kind of multitask note taking. I'm going to attach something later, and you'll start to see on Tuesday what should you be looking for when watching these films. It's very easy to kind of just sit and watch a film. People will say, oh, this is a piece of cake, or all we're doing is watching movies. You have to kind of take careful notes along the way so that you also remember the following Monday is the day we work on our review, okay? So each day as you watch, you'll need to multitask just a little bit. Therefore, missing class or coming late to class is going to greatly affect you. And I don't know how you'll be able to review the film entirely and accurately. Googling it is not going to be the answer for you. It's going to be confusing, especially with films that are older and ones that you are unfamiliar with. So I'm trying to give you an opportunity to expand the horizon a little bit here and watch films that might be out of your wheelhouse, okay? And for me too, it's been a long time since I've seen a lot of these films, and I think it'll open you up to as a better critic of the types of films that you enjoy in your life, okay? So I appreciate all your feedback. I appreciate you listening to this video. I know it's a little long, but along the way, if you could answer those questions and turn that in, that will count as your Edpuzzle grade for today. All right. So if you have any questions, you can email me. I'll be home later this afternoon. I'm also starting my first day of drama club, rehearsals for our musical. And so I will be on and I will be back. So I will be happy to see all of you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day.
Just you?
Just a minute.